Hey all, so we're back again for another reading. This one is for Terra, which I love that name because it means earth. T-E-R-R-A. Okay, so we're gonna do the oracle deck for you, Terra. Terra. I really want to say the sky is so blue right now. It's just like this, it's like so clear. It's like the sky when it has no clouds in it, it's like the calmness of like the lake. It's like the stillest lake you've ever seen. It's just like complete, just like that slick, uniform perfection, you know? I don't know why I want to share that with you. But that is what my sky looks like right now. It's pretty amazing. Okay, here's your card, Terra. Yeah, so this is fun because your name is Terra and the card is Keepers of the Earth, Keepers of the Terra. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. This is that point of the I love this card because it's like a totem too, you know. So I don't know if you're connected with Native American culture at all, but this is like a totem here, you know. Okay, so there's a few points here. First point is this is like a multi-dimensional thing. So it's like that point of like there's the physicality and then there's like the dimensions within the physical, you know. It's like how the universe is actually set up is like you can go far out and you can go deep in, and the body, the space between the atoms of the body is equal to the space between the stars and the sky, you know. It's like that point of like what reality actually is just so fucking vast, and it's like it's almost like it's just so relative to what your perspective is and where you are within this existence, you know, in terms of like the scale you're standing in. So it's like this represents like a multi-dimensional point of like, yes, there's a physical, but then there's actually like these deeper layers within our physical body and within the physical, you know, reality as a whole that like goes more into what we would call maybe the other side, or the ethereal dimensions, like where maybe the spirit realm, we want to call it that. It's like it's actually not anything like a separate reality that exists like on some other side of some divide. It's actually within and as the physical. And so it's like if you were to look at the physical body, like yes, it's physical, but it's actually deeper than that. And then within the physical is this space and these like dimensions that exist. And I think that's where there's more to life, you know what I mean? There's more to life than we know, and I don't think it is as separate as we believe it to be. I think that it's very much all here, and our understanding is we're just scratching the surface of really getting to know what our reality actually is and what's here and what it consists of and who we are within it. And so this is like a multi-dimensional point, and so it's like, it's almost like that point of looking beyond the surface. Don't just look at the surface of something. See beyond it, see past it, see through it. Like understand that everything comes from a source, and that what something is at, like, don't take it for face value, you know. It's like someone that you meet on the street is not having a good day and he's like taking out frustrations on you. Don't see the person as that moment, because behind him, behind it, within it is a whole life that's been lived, and it started as this innocent little child, and they had the family circumstances and the economic circumstances and the education circumstances and like the life experiences, and something led to that, like all of that led to this moment in which you're interacting with this person where you're thinking that he's a very unpleasant human being, and what a, you know, sucker for, you know, allowing such bullshit to exist within him. But it's like that point of understanding how someone becomes that, and having that like compassion and forgiveness, and knowing that like it took a whole life for this person to get to where they are. And you know, we're up against some really tough circumstances in this reality without the proper knowledge and information and understanding of what's actually here and who we are and what we're actually capable of. People are very much disempowered in this reality at the moment, that, you know, and so that's our job, you know, is to start enlightening people and realizing that they are powerful and they can change their experience, they can change their life, they are the creators, they have this potential to be so much more than what they're accepting and allowing. But it's understanding where people are at the moment and giving them the space to process and not judging that, like, that don't take who they are at face value. Realize there's a whole story behind that, and understanding that, and, you know, having that compassion and love for them, like holding that space of love in your heart for them, knowing what they must have been through and have had to go through to be this person that you're experiencing now, you know. So it's just that point of like seeing beyond the physical. It's not just the physical. There's so many dimensions here. It's not just the one moment. There's whole lifetimes. And it's not just this one lifetime, it's the ancestral stuff too. It's like the generational line, the sins of our fathers. You know, we're all dealing with the traumas of our past, and not just of our life, but of our parents' life, and our parents' parents' life, and our parents' 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 life, and all the way back to 7 generations. So it's that point of like, there's a long fucking story being played out here. And that's why, you know, what we're busy with is, you know, stopping and transforming the generational, you know, curses, or whatever you want to call it, that generational trauma, you know, stopping it here in this life. It ends with me, it ends here, you know, being that point that I'm not going to pass this trauma on anymore. Part of that is understanding why people are the way that they are, and having compassion and understanding for them, and giving, you know, them the grace of, you know, forgive them, they know not what they do. It's like some people don't have that, and never had the opportunity to have that awareness of what they're fully capable of. And so we have to just hold space for them, and knowing that they'll find it. And the more that we do the work within ourselves, we're able to support more people. So it's just this point of like, we're dealing with a lot in this life, you know? And so it's just having that point of understanding, having that point of forgiveness, realizing that every person that came into this world, every person in this world, no matter who they are, where they're at, what position they are in, everyone, no matter what their political view is, their economic status, it doesn't matter. Everyone was born an innocent little baby and was subject to this current, you know, reality in which we've designed. And some people were not placed in very nice positions at all. So those of us that are in a position of self-empowerment, we have work to do to empower ourselves and to put ourselves in positions where we can support more people to realize the empowerment they have within themselves. So it's just that point of understanding, you know, we're all, even, you know, we're all subject to the same current system and reality that we live in, but we all didn't get the same starting point. So having compassion and understanding for those that didn't get the right starting point, you know, and like, I mean, that's for me, my mission is very clear, is that I'm walking and living and creating my life to be a platform in which I can support people to realize that we need an equal starting point for everyone, you know, whether that be you know, it's an economic system as I see it. You know, everyone deserves an equal starting point. Everyone deserves to be born into a world where their birthright and divinity is honored, and who they are is honored equally across the board, and everyone has that same starting point to create the life that they want to create. So yeah, that's what this card is. It's this multidimensional. It's like, don't take things at face value. Don't see just the surface. See beyond it. See past it. See behind it. See within it. Have the understanding eyes. Having that compassionate eyes. You know, giving people the grace. Don't react to someone who's reacting in a moment, realizing what they must be going through. It's that point of like standing in the shoes of another, and just like having that understanding of why people are like that. So if you struggle with that, you know, it could be a point of like, you still have some work to do in terms of making sure that you're understanding yourself and forgiving yourself, and not holding any blame towards yourself or any judgment towards yourself. You know, it's like that point of, we can't really have compassion and love for this world until we've had that fully for ourselves. So make sure that you're, you know, treating yourself too the way you want other people to treat you, and the way you want people to be treated, and the way you want to treat the world. You have to treat yourself that way too. You know, self-love equals love for the world. You know, it's like, if you truly love yourself, then you can truly love this world. You got to fill your cup first, you know. So this is a good card. That's awesome. This is a great card. I haven't seen this. Keepers of the earth, Terra. You're the keeper of the earth, Terra. You know, it's like, be good to what you see, and be good to yourself, and, you know, make sure that you're living and creating harmony in all that you do. Which you are. You're not alone. Ancestors stand by you, you know. Okay. hope this supports and resonates, and I'm definitely curious to hear any feedback if you have it, or if you have any questions or comments to share. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks, Terra, for letting me read for you, and take care.